Moshi Moshi.
How we doing, guys? Zach Petrovich here.
I had him.
Zach Petrovich here with CHANKO. Ruckus Fights. We're a little late today, but we're here. So you should be happy with that. I'm Zach Petrovich.
I'm Brendan Eicholzer, the face of American Sumo Commentary.
The heel.
And we're visited, joined by Neil the Deal Jenkins, the backbone of American Sumo Commentary.
Honest to God, fucking couldn't have said it better myself.
How you doing, Neil?
Hi, everyone.
So, let's bring us up to speed as far as what just happened.
That was Tobizaru and Terutsuyoshi. Could have gone either way, but I had Tobizaru winning. If you noticed, I'm wearing my magical predictions hat, and I've predicted every fight tonight. I got 3 fights right, and I guessed one of the winning techniques right.
Yeah, so it sounds like you suck. Neil, how you been doing on your predictions?
You give it a shot.
I haven't done a prediction breakdown like Mr. Eicholzer has, but as far as the CHANKO champions, we're still hanging strong. You got your 5-0, I'll be 6-0. Hokuto Fuji lost once.
And I saw Toshi lost tonight. Fucking easy push out. That's brutal for me. But, you know, I'm just glad he's still in the fucking game, man. He won last night. I love the guy. I love the guy more than fucking life itself.
Hey, I'm a big fan of him, too.
So, coming up next, we got Sorataniyu.
Shimanumi.
That's what I said.
And Kotoeko. Both guys are 0-5. And so I have simultaneous knockout for how this ends.
Oh, I see.
Well, it's a 2-11 lifetime to Kotoeko. So, and Kotoeko's been doing pretty good sumo. But honestly, so is Shimanumi. It's so funny. Some of the winless guys, I feel like, are doing better than some people that are like 3-2. Endo, for example, I think is looked.
Has Endo fought tonight already, or no? We still have an Endo fight coming up.
Yeah, he's near the end.
Okay.
He's still coming up. Yeah.
So we're gonna cover the fights that we missed during the post show. So we're gonna have a little bit of a longer post show than usual, just because we came in late. But thanks for tuning in to Ruckus Fights CHANKO broadcast of Day 6, the Kyushu Basho 2021.
The story's starting to tell itself a little bit now. We're getting to see some of the drama build up,
and we still have pretty strong records by a lot of these guys. Like we still have some as me and Neil talked about on day, what was it, 2 or 3? Neil, me and you were doing that by ourselves.
3, I think 3 or 4.
But we were talking these guys are either in or they are out. Like you look at these 2 guys coming up now. You got Shimanumi and Kotoeko. We got both 0-5.
I feel like the last one that we did together, there was a lot less contentious fights. Like guys kind of like conceded a lot.
2
more.
days ago.
No,
yeah,
I'm not an expert like you guys are more, but like it just looked less competitive maybe. You know,
it seemed like they were cool in their jets, as I like to say. They weren't they weren't firing on all cylinders. But as we get closer, where's that?
That's me, sorry.
Okay.
Ahead of the mic is fine, so.
All right.
You know what it is? My headphones are just really loud, and I think I'm getting feedback.
Oh, okay. Do we know which? Is he on 3 or 1?
He's 3 or 1. I'm 2. Dead.
Brennan.
That's better.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna turn mine down just a hair too.
Well adjusted with no. Love it.
But yeah, no.
You guys make a good point. Zach will know this analogy a little bit more. Booking, I mean, obviously sumo isn't fixed, but the sumo committee tries to create records that will create excitement.
Right,
so
of course.
Sometimes you'll see people are doing good, and they'll try to put them against someone doing bad.
I mean, you see that with a lot of combat sports, Neil. I mean, boxing for one. I mean, a lot of Mike Tyson's early and no one really expected Mike Tyson to be as good as he was. I mean, he was 18, knocking out grown men. I mean, he was 16 when he went into the amateurs.
So you're gonna say Olympics?
I don't think he ever made. He never did the Olympics.
Never made it, did he?
I think he went straight to pro. But what I'm saying is like there's a decent amount of record padding with a lot of these guys. One guy that you can say there really wasn't a ton of it was Connor. Connor was really a guy who like pulled himself, as much as like he's kind of become like a figure that people talk about in the MMA world, that it's like very what do you call a polarizing figure in the MMA world.
Contentious.
Because of just who he's become. But initially, like, there really wasn't a lot of record padding. He fought a lot of fucking hard fights and still kind of does. I mean, Dustin Poirier is no fucking slouch, and even his win over Donald Cerrone, you're looking at an aging Donald Cerrone who's probably not top of his game. But I mean, it happens in every combat sport, not just pro wrestling. It's certainly not sumo, but it definitely happens. Fan is up. We're in addition to Brendan.
Basically, the lavender belt prefers to get on the belt, so he's looking for a grip, Koto Echo. Whereas Shimanumi's not as much of a belt guy, so he's trying to avoid it and maintain momentum.
Slippy Toshi.
I don't know. I guess that was maybe a Hataki Komi. It's like a slap down.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a thrust down if I had to guess, but
we'll find out.
Because they've been ruling a lot of, when we get to the technique breakdown, they've been ruling a lot of these thrust downs throughout the tournament.
You know, I made a comment the other day about Yorikiri. They called the guy's fight a Yorikiri, but he didn't have a belt grip. And then I was like frazzled about that, so I went home and I looked it up, and it does specifically has to maintain a belt grip, but they call a lot of things Yorikiri when it's really like an Oshidashi with your chest. And I find that interesting. Yeah. They're simplifying a lot of stuff instead of calling it something more complicated. They're like, yeah, pretty. I mean, he grabbed his belt at one point.
And to an extent, that might be just to appeal to, not to say dumbing down, but, just making it easier to be palatable for people who are new to the sport.
Could well be.
I mean, because there's a lot of stuff that, like I said, in other sports, even if you look at, American football, for Christ's sakes, there's been... I remember when I was a kid coming up, American football seemed very, very complicated. There was a lot to it, and now it's like, okay, there's just a flag every play, and you know what I mean? It just seems like a lot of the rules have been dumbed down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was different to call, like, offsides was, or not offsides, because that's like an easy one, but roughing the passer was like, it was very esoteric as far as, we got the Japanese Zamboni coming in, sponsored by Molson. But yeah, I think that might just be a little bit of, they might just be, cliff notesing a lot of this so people aren't so turned off by how technical it gets. And you see what...
it's still technical, believe me.
Oh, no, it does. And
it's still more confusing. When we get to the technique breakdown, mine's going to be blown. And I think Brendan's point kind of was the distinctions are becoming so thin, it's almost like whatever they feel like calling it, they do. Because the two most common techniques, you and Chris are going to fucking laugh your asses off. It's frontal push out versus frontal force out.
Right, now, yeah. Which is Oshidashi and what else?
Yorikiri. And the distinction, like Brendan said, is supposed to be a belt grip. If you stop caring about the belt grip to make the distinction, then we're just drawing a line in the sand and flipping a coin almost. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you, you see that in competition jiu-jitsu now, because a lot of competition jiu-jitsu does not happen in a gi. Earlier days, you would have, especially because it was like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu versus traditional Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, it would traditionally happen in a gi and in a ring, whereas now you have it happening on the wrestling mats with guys in like rash guards and board shorts, most of like these. So there's certain techniques you can't even use, like a lot of the gi chokes and the hem throws, and there's just a lot of things that are changing about the sport. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see that they're getting more liberal, especially because I think, Zach, you drive a good point about, like, they just want to put something down to say it was. They don't need to write that it was Uwatadashi Nage. Like,
which, and they're going to piss off guys like you and Neil who are, like, hardcore technicians. Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but they're going to but there's going to be a lot more guys like me that are going to have a little bit of an easier time, whether or not we're right or not, as far as, like, what we're saying. But we're going to have an easier time, I think, just kind of figuring it out a little bit. So we'll see what the learning curve does. Do we know anything about these commentators? Who are these fucking guys?
The guy on the left is definitely a former Sakitori.
You can see from his shoulders.
You cannot mistake that build for like an older Japanese man who used to be serious in sumo, but is trimmed like 200 pounds or whatever.
We need Ian.
Neil, I got a question for you. You are you a karate fan as well?
I'm not against it. I've never really gotten too much into martial arts generally, but I don't have anything against karate.
Yeah, I really want to start. I think one of the cool things we could do with Ruckus is the Kyokushin tournaments, the full contact tournaments. Those are some of the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life, and it's still fucking rooted in super tradition.
I would to fucking watch that even. I'm going to be clueless, but that sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's part of the fun of Chanko is we're like, what the heck?
Yeah, because I'm clueless here, but I mean, that I'd be able to fucking talk my balls off.
There you go.
Yeah.
Break the seal.
There you go.
That was fun. Role reversal.
Yeah, exactly. But no, so who we got coming up next, Brennan?
Well, the next fight is my man Takayasu versus the spectacle, the human firework, Uda. And my prediction is that Takayasu will beat Uda by a pulling overarm throw.
Okay.
I think that Ura's more of an Oshidashi, pushing, likes to really keep his arm's length at people and try to find an angle. Although he can work the belt for throws and stuff, he's not going to want to lock up necessarily. He may find that he has to when Takayasu goes in for a lockup, but that's exactly where he wants him. So I think he'll struggle, try to find his distance, and in those little gaps, perhaps an inconsistency in his footing will allow Takayasu to get a grip on the back of his shoulder and underside of his arm and toss him. We'll see if that happens. When I run the simulation in my head, that's what it looks like, but it always comes out maybe 55% right. Better than a coin toss. Chanko Sports.
For sure. Sponsored by Andy Caps.
Wait, what was that?
Sponsored by Andy Caps. Cheddar fries.
Oh, hell yeah.
Also, their hot fries, ranch fries, and barbecue fries. Have you done the barbecue fries?
I haven't had any of them. No, I can only find cheddar and hot.
I know, right? I feel like every time I go into a store, all I can find is cheddar.
God, Ura this tournament, though, if you look at his Kimarite this tournament, he's just busting out the kitchen sink.
Uda?
Ashitori, Oshidashi, Hikiotoshi, lost by Hikiotoshi.
Slippy Toshi.
Going for one, and then Totori yesterday.
I know, I saw that and I was like, son of a... Oh, thank you.
Also sponsored by Red Can Beer. It's beer in a red can.
What I really want to see more of is Kakinage. It's like you lock up with a guy and then you slip your leg under his and lift it up in the air, and basically both guys do a split in the air, and then they try to like see whose head and shoulder will land first.
Well, who doesn't want to see more Kakinage?
Right, Kakinage, baby. That's like the newspaper clipping for, when the guy's getting it from below them. It's always them, a Kakinage, when they do that crazy sumo split.
I think Teritsuyoshi has a Kakinage win. Before. I feel like I remember him going against one of the smaller guys, and that's how he won.
I always favored Tobizaru and Uda for that kind of thing, because who knows what they're going to do.
And I will say this right now, reffing this match is my favorite Gyoji, Terracotta. He's been alive since 800 AD.
I think that's China.
I wasn't making that distinction, and now you're the racist. Anyway, good to see everyone.
You know how we keep talking about changing of the guard?
Sure, yeah.
There used to be a wrestler called Sokokurai. I knew he was Chinese, which I found to be I
didn't know there were any.
He was really good, actually.
Let any of those in,
me too. And he's of Mongolian descent, so he's a Chinese national of Mongolian descent, and he was really good for a while. When I came into it, he was already in Juryo.
What a combo.
So he's the Oyakata. He's the head guy of his school now. So we have a Chinese Mongolian guy in the elders, whatever. I don't know how much power they give him, but
never
the point
made it
is,
as a Yokozuna, though.
No, I think he was an Ozeki.
Did he get out of Juryo? Yeah.
Yeah, no, he did really well.
I think maybe Sekiwake, but...
Well, let me take a look. I mean, yeah, he definitely was in Sanyaku, because I remember remarking at that. So Kurai, he was mad cool. Anyway, the point is, as time goes on, with the elders, eventually they're gonna die. There was one guy who was like not doing.
Wait, people die?
Only if they don't say their
Only if they don't drink
Prayers
red canned
to
beer
vitamins.
and drink their milk, brother.
Everyone dies someday, but they die a lot faster if they defy me.
Yeah. Sponsored by handicaps. Anyway, coming up with this
Mine
fight,
too.
who are we favoring? You said you want Uda, right?
I'm calling it for Takayasu.
Oh, you are calling it for Takayasu?
Pulling over arm throw. I want to see him.
Takayasu's his favorite guy.
I know. That's why when he mentioned Uda, I was like, "Are you feeling okay?"
So Kokurai was one of the guys who got.
Fun to talk about because he's literally a Birdie Bots every flavored bean. You throw him in your mouth and you don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh, earwax.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, I was
Alas.
actually earlier.
Shout out to Richard Harris. Fucking.
I read the chapter where they throw Dumbledore out of Hogwarts. Okay, we're about.
Oh,
to fight
Meg
here.
too.
Oh no. Yeah, Meg too. Yeah.
Okay.
Where they throw Dumbledore out of Hogwarts and like Fudge is there with like 2 oars and Umbridge, and they're like, "You won't take us all on at once. You should come peacefully." And he just pops off on him. In the movie, he just grabs the Phoenix in pieces.
Yeah.
In the book, he's just like, done.
Oh no! In the book, he
Everyone's down.
fucks some people up. Yeah.
McGonagall, I'm peacing. See you later. Oh, I love that guy.
Oh, you know what you should do? In our comment, yeah.
So Kokurai was one of the guys who got kicked out during the match fixing scandal in 2011, but then he was exonerated by the Japanese court and reinstated.
They tried to fall guy him for that?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, pinned it on the Chinese guy.
But I'll tell you what, he wouldn't talk. He was a fucking stand-up guy.
The courts sided with him, and then JSA didn't appeal it, so he was fully reinstated at his same rank. He didn't even get demoted.
Wow.
Oh,
so now he's a sumo elder.
That's
The whole point
amazing.
is, I think their stance on foreigners and on policy in general is likely to change with the changing of the guard because these guys had to go through so much shit. All right, fans up.
Fans up, Brendan. It's to you.
We're looking for a big shoulder blast from Takayasu on the left. He's going to want to find a belt grip right away if he can. Oh, no shoulder blast. That was a strange start.
Takayasu blocked him right off. We're fine.
Yeah. See, Udo wants to keep his distance. He knows if he locks up with the terror, gonna get crushed by the meatball. We're gonna play a little handsy, but now he's got him on the ropes. This is,
Pretty much out.
This reminds me of Tobizaru.
Ooh,
Leg
went for
pick.
the slap.
I would never have picked a leg pick. Oh my god.
I wouldn't have gone for that slap.
He's getting a technique prize if he gets like 9
Uda for
wins.
sure.
Can I be honest? Uda fucking ducked that like a fucking trained boxer. That was head
Did he
moving.
I can't wait
line
to see the
up
replay.
behind the line like
He was
he's
on the
been
bail.
doing, or did he line up closer? I think he
No, he
lined
was
up
behind the line.
closer this
Behind the
fight.
no, he was behind the line again today. Watch right
really?
here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And here we go. So we see Takayasu doing a pretty solid stiff arm collar tie right there. You see Uda looking for wrist control. Takayasu using the reach to control where he's going, pushing him back, a little bit of a headshot. There's going to be a slap that Takayasu tries to throw right here. Misses, and that's where that leg pick comes in. That's classic MMA style fucking single leg takedown. That's almost Greco-Roman.
That was so
Some
good
scrapping.
because, like you said, Zach, he established himself basically at the outside of the ring, and he was. I think he like kind of YOLO'd that. Pretty much.
It was, he saw the slap was missed, and when someone throws a punch like that, a strike, we'll say it wasn't a punch, but when someone throws a strike like that, they are just going to be off balance based on how much of their weight they threw into it, and Takayasu really went for it. That's 100%. That's textbook what you're looking for in a single leg takedown when you're doing Greco-Roman folk style, any of that. I think that's pretty solid wrestling as far as on my end, looking at it. And
That's gonna be close. That's gonna be close to the CHANKO match of the day. I'm pretty sure.
definitely technique of the day to see someone just like go in and do a classic single leg takedown. I mean, they teach that in Hey, Denizen, not to interrupt what we're talking about, but Denizen of Hearth is back in the chat. What's going on, brother? Good to hear from you. Thanks for joining us again. We're just going into this. Anyone else who's watching us, please. We're banned from the chat. Yeah, that happens.
I posted a nice comment.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I called that.
Are we banned forever?
Doesn't say that.
I think as soon as Takayasu didn't get that any kind of grip, he was sort of sealed his doom, especially with someone like Uda, a technician like that. He's leaving any kind of gap there, sealed his fate. All right, I've got Chiyoshoma with a Henka for this one.
Is Chiyoshoma the one with the crazy hairline?
I think that's Takara Fuji you're thinking of,
Yeah,
but he doesn't have a great hairline. They wear a thing. He's not known for it.
He's not exactly. He's got that Ray Liotta hairline.
I wanted to think like Hosho Ryu can school Chiyoshoma. He's way more talented. He just hasn't really fallen into his body yet. But then I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, Chiyoshoma Henka.
1 and 4.
Hosho Ryu is exactly the kind of idiot that would fall for that. Like, he's not gonna Henka me. I'm somebody. You know.
Guy on the right.
This guy, yeah, I think he's gonna get.
He's gonna get hanked.
Yeah, Olayed.
As I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not even the Toro's probably. Olay. I said Toro.
I like Olay. And which Gyoji is he gonna kill tonight? Let's see.
So is this the one that I asked you for the highlight of the other day?
No. I think that was a different dude. Oh, the guy on the left was the Hanka? Yeah.
Yes.
Is this Big Salt as well?
No, he already fought.
Oh.
He lost that.
One of these days I'm gonna get these guys straight, I swear to God.
Well, there's not a whole lot to distinguish them. You know, it's like I can tell them by their asses now. But
I was literally just gonna...
I can.
That becomes the distinguishing feature.
It's like in Half Baked. Oh, black ass.
It's the second Half Baked. It's a good movie.
Following the tournament, we'll be talking about butt cheek phrenology.
Well, this one has a little bit more
They're like horses, you know?
Dude, an ass like a Belgian mare.
Neil, what'd you just say?
Chiyoshoma has a 3-0 advantage lifetime.
Yeah.
Well, one of these guys is 3-2 versus 4.
You know, I'm really afraid to say pack a big lunch at because I'm afraid I'm just gonna not be able to stop laughing again.
Big fucking two Hitaki Komis and a throw kind of makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, it might be a slap down, but
fans up.
I'd like to see him just leapfrog.
Oh, false start.
One of these
That's
guys just loves
bait,
calling
dude.
him.
I think Hoshoryu just did that to be like, yo, Hanka me.
See what happens.
I wish he did. That guy's asleep in the front row again.
It's the only way you can have a bowel movement. That's why they put him there.
I want you guys to see why the Hanka is bad. So I'm hoping.
Kyoji, sponsored by Ambien.
Oh, I'm already wrong, but let's see if Chiyoshoma can clean up. Ooh, weird. Both of them trying weird stuff with the legs. I don't know why they would both want the same belt grip. I guess it's just the same style. I wouldn't let him anywhere near me. Chiyoshoma's such a trickster. Oh, man. There you go.
You got him. Hoshoryu loves tripping.
Can't see it.
They were kind of telegraphing that the whole fight. Both of them were going for stuff like that. Oh,
yeah, I want you guys to see why hanking is not like a good strategy usually, because it is extremely punishable if you're against somebody really smart or really fast.
I'll tell you right now, you're never gonna convince me it's a bad strategy, and you're never gonna convince me that Bobby Elvis isn't the best sumo of all time.
Okay, I'm not trying to convince you it's a bad strategy. I guess I'm trying to show you why it's not a perfect strategy.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just up in the air.
Everyone's
and then you
got a
get
perfect
taken
plan
out
until
really
they get
easily.
hanked in the face.
You're stronger with your feet on the ground, right?
Work because most people will only use them when they know basically it's going to work.
I will say, out of all the times that I've wrestled Brendan, I think I've hanked him once or twice, correct?
Yeah, but it was more like fully redirect. Like I was trying to get a belt grip even. It wasn't even like well, there's a huge weight discrepancy.
I don't know what you're talking about. You call me fat asshole?
Here's the thing I don't get though, right?
You can talk into the mic,
No, I
Chief.
got you. I don't have my headphones on, so I don't hear it. When you see the backs of the belts, they don't look like they're like
Tied
exceptionally
correctly?
tightly. No, not correctly. I wouldn't know that. They don't look like they're exceptionally tightly tied. For how much leverage gets put on those things by like the grips and the wrestling, I'm very surprised that they're not like.
Well, they're made by Kevlar, so.
Right, but
I think
No,
Brendan
I'm kidding.
and I watched a thing about it once. They're tied by like special people that know exactly how to do it, and
Is
it's
it chicks?
tied like 16 times or something.
I mean, I would hope it's
It's got
chicks,
to
right?
almost be like tying like a martial arts belt, like it's a special technique.
For this match, Endo versus Tamawashi, I wanted to really think about what they've got at stake. Like, is Endo gonna be like? And I think he actually has a losing record all time against Tamawashi. Like, is this the
15
tournament?
to 11 Tamawashi.
Terunofuji hasn't lost a fight yet, and Endo's already 2 off the pace, so I don't think he's like, well, fuck it, this could be my tournament. That'd be the only reason he'd pop off. Whereas Tamawashi is 4-1. He's got the momentum, and he's a little bigger. So I'm going to go with him for Oshidashi.
Here's my big question. Do we think that anyone wants to be the very best, like no one ever was?
Well, to catch them is my real
Oh, it's to catch them, right? I blanked. Ah,
Train them.
fuck me.
I'm going and picking up my copy of Brilliant Diamond tomorrow.
Is that
really?
the new one that's out? Brilliant Diamond?
Yeah, it came out literally 2 hours ago. I was gonna download it, but I want to get it from the store. I like owning my games physically because I'm weird.
Yeah.
At least with Pokemon.
Gonna go in a hazmat suit.
This dude is.
Yeah,
What happened to his fucking head?
He's pretty boy, so they love putting marks
he's
on his
been getting
face.
his ass kicked, Zach.
I don't
He's
remember-
3-2, but he should be 15 right
Yeah,
now.
but I
He's been
didn't see
getting
him
blasted.
take. Was that the guy that got the headbutt day 2 or day 1 that we were talking about?
No, I think that was a different guy.
This is Endo, right?
I mean, he did get a headbutt, but I think the
did
guy
get
that
a
you
headbutt.
were remarking
There was
on
someone who had like a hematoma on their eye. I remember that, but fucking this guy, Jesus, they were beating the shit out of him.
I think it was Takano Show.
Well,
Took
it
a big bump.
seems like he did show. Yeah, Neil can see us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can see the stream. Yeah.
Oh, everybody knows Endo, Mr. I don't care until there's some kind of glory on the line, and then he decides to wake up. He's like that cool guy that's always like chilling until it's like, I think this is a
Well,
job for me.
it's cool that Linkin Park made him a theme song. In the endo, doesn't even matter. Oh.
You know for a fact Endo's going to end up with a fat position on the NSA probably after he retires.
Oh,
for
right.
literally no reason.
That Kyoji is 100% asleep.
Kitano Fuji was the guy I was going to say the other day. I was thinking Araiso Oyakata, the former Kiseno Sato, will be
Fans
the new
up.
Kitano Fuji. All right, Tamawashi taking his fat, sweet time.
Sorry, what time?
You heard me,
Okay.
pickle boy.
What?
Hesitant Endo. He's like, come on, what do we do? Are we doing this or not?
He
No, we're not
always
doing
is,
this.
dude. He always is.
So maybe that means he does want to
Such a
win.
diva at the fucking Tachi eye.
Him and Hakuho, someone's got to do it.
Maybe he's afraid he's going to get his belt taken
Oh,
off.
look at them. They're like, fuck you. Oh, what? Are you ready now?
He's like,
Maybe I'm not ready.
playing patty cake.
I do this all night.
This is the part where
Here
they
we
just
go.
do powerful hip thrusts. Chanko.
Ooh, weird high start for Tamawashi, but it's
Ooh.
perfect. Perfect Oshidashi.
How does that work?
Filthy.
Endo's sucking ass
Filthy.
this tournament.
I'm breaking this down right now. That guy fucking shoved fingers up his nose. That's bullshit. Is that illegal?
Perfect.
Can
Classic.
you fish hook the
Not
nose?
hard to call. We don't know. I don't think so, but maybe. There's no rule I've ever seen about it.
Like you can just shove your fucking fingers up someone's nose.
Well, it's like a fundamentally non-violent sport, but you can hit the throat. So, like,
What the fuck are the rules?
Yeah, who's
you
to say?
probably hit a nose. I mean,
Yeah, you can do whatever
just
you
how
want.
he did it.
Yeah, I think he means
watch
like
the hand. Watch the hand. Here we go.
this is so weird.
He like literally grabs him right here and shoves
Oh, you know
his
what it was?
fingers in his nose.
shoulder blast. I think he's like almost unconscious.
Endo's pissed.
I don't think Endo knows where he is. He's got birds going around his
It was
head.
a shoulder blast and a headbutt. Yeah, you're probably right. I think he was knocked out a little bit.
I think he saw a bright light and then woke up outside the door.
You got a good point.
Everyone just loves hitting him in the face.
Shoulder area is locked and loaded, dude. That guy's stacked on top.
Well, he can't use the belt, so that's his thing. He's just got to throw upper body barrage, and it worked great. Perfect Oshidashi.
I mean,
my job done.
When children want to do sumo with me, that's usually the move I go with.
Kick him.
Yeah, just right in the fucking chest. I had a boxing trainer who said, I was like, when I was a kid, he was like, you do know hitting you is my favorite part of the day, right? And I was like, I should probably, like, he's still a really good friend of mine. Maybe I just have one of those faces.
Go Endo. I want that ashtray.
Oh, no ashtray for you.
True. 7 more wins.
Easily done.
Oh, yeah, he's just got to get double digits, right? Yeah. I don't know. He looks fucked up. We're gonna.
Yeah, right. Took that one.
Hey, it's Onosho who has 0 footwork against Wakataka Kage. Crazy man. He has the lifetime 3-2 though. Onosho does.
How were the fights last night? I unfortunately couldn't tune in.
Probably the best night of the tournament so far.
That's good to hear. I heard Tochi won. That's all. I mean, I heard Tochi won and immediately just went back to sleep out of anger.
Yeah,
like Brendan walked in
just to celebrate the Tochi win.
Brendan walked into the living room and I was like passed out watching Breaking Bad for actually it's only my second watch through ever. But Brendan comes in and he's just like, hey, and I'm like, yes, and he's like, Tochi won, and I just went, yes, and just turned around and fucking went back to sleep and did that for the next 6 hours. So we got Crayons in the Nose versus, right? This is Crayons in the
Railroad stake up the nose.
Oh yeah.
No, they're actually Onosho's a wild card. He kind of ragdolls when he gets into a sticky situation, but Wakataka Kage is more like high flying muscle man.
And he's of the Waka Flocka Flame lineage, correct?
By marriage.
Yeah.
I've got Onosho winning by thrust down.
You want to bet on it?
Wow.
Always.
I'll bet you that bag of handicaps.
I think he's gonna hit him so hard and so fast that he actually gets knocked on his ass as he flies out backwards.
I think Wakataka Kage holds him, fucking stalls. I think we have a stall match.
You think he locks up with him?
I think it's a lockup. Yep.
That'd be crazy.
Possible push
that
out.
Seems unlikely.
Well,
to
let's
say the least.
see what happens, bitch.
Well,
I think Wakataka Kage starts going backwards, runs around the ring in a half circle, and Onosho falls on his fucking face because he doesn't know how to stand
takes himself out.
I think, okay,
Yeah.
I legitimately, this is what I'm seeing happen. Ready? Onosho charges, Wakataka Kage counters to the left, circles to the left. Onosho eventually ends up on his ass. I see a
That's
circling
pretty
to the
much what I think may happen.
I see a circling to the left, left arm control, and then maybe an underhook to a thrust down. And then kicks him in the head.
Shoots him.
Zach's picking Wakataka Kage for next Yokozuna.
Basically, they're both pushers, and then they can go to the bell if they have to, but they're both going to try to knock each other sideways or something. I mean, that's the only hope for Wakataka Kage is to, like, get behind him. He's not going to... Look, the weight difference.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I mean by the thrust down. Like, I think it's going to be like...
I see what
we're in too small of a room for me to fucking demonstrate anything.
So we're agreed it's going to be a thrust down. But we have... I've got Onosho.
I don't think he did show, though, so...
I think he's an oh yes show tonight.
I can't believe we got kicked from the fucking chat.
I can.
Well, yeah.
I can. I told you guys it was going to happen immediately.
And circles to the... Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Push out. Not quite as explosive as I had hoped, but come on, he's like 0-5.
Yeah.
You don't think he's
Good
going to
for
bring every
Onosho.
ounce he's got? He finally gets a little guy to beat up.
Tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm glad he at least got something.
Little bone. A freshie. All right, perfect. Right there. Thank you.
Once again, sponsored by Red Beer. It's beer in a red can.
That's right.
Also,
Hi.
Thanks for joining us here on CHANKO, Ruckus Fights NYC. If you're watching on the Levy Land channel, which I'm not sure if anyone is, but if you are, switch over to the Ruckus Fights NYC channel. It's in the description. You can go check us out there. That's going to be our dedicated channel, and Levy Land's going to get repurposed for other Rare Air live productions.
Rare air.
Pew, pew, pew.
Do you remember when I did the fart sound effect in the first
It was terrible.
episode? You guys got all mad at me.
Right.
It was
Anyway.
good. It kept going. There's different ones.
So
Bringing that back.
Any hoozle. Yeah. So thanks for joining us.
We got a great fight coming up.
Pop down in that. We do have a great fight coming up, but pop down in that chat. Sound off who you think your double-digit picks for the tournament are going to be, and we'll send you some handicaps fries or a sweaty, sweaty wife beater that I've been wearing for 4 days. We'll figure it out.
Handprint.
Oh, the handprint. Right. The handprint we could do. If you really earn it, though. Like, if you pick Terunofuji, it doesn't count.
We got Ichinojo, the Boulder, the Wandering Castle, the Lost Tower versus Kiribayama, a new guy.
I'm taking Kiribayama for $20.
The new Sekiwake that's 0-5.
Yeah, can't get a bite. And unlike Onosho, I don't think he's going to break the drought tonight. I've got Ichinojo with the crush out, Tsuki Taoshi.
And by a crush out, do you mean he really likes the guy so he leaves?
Yeah.
Dude, if Ichinojo wins by a crush out,
the tension's just too much.
You stop.
Someone may be dead.
When they
right.
show the tail of the tape, do they mention their ranking there?
I'm sure they do, but
and
I
these
can't.
guys fight between ranking. They fight inter-rank, right?
They show a bunch of stats that we can't read because we're not fluent.
Yeah, we gotta get Ian here.
We usually say
no,
all of them,
when
though. For example,
these guys
this
don't just fight their own rank, right? They fight between ranks.
Yeah, but that's why we have a Neil as well. So
this is a Komusubi. This is a Komusubi battle.
We have the newest version Neil as well on the market.
Neil
We have the best Neil on the market.
Yeah, Neil the Deal, Jenkins.
It's true. I haven't landed on the moon, and I can't saunter like Neil Diamond, but I do have a receding blonde hairline, and I'm obsessed with sumo, magic, D&D, and disc golf.
The basics, really.
Did he say disco or disc golf?
Disc.
Disc
Wow.
golf. Disc golf.
Roller disco.
How crazy would it be if that was his third hobby? Roller disco?
I wouldn't
but I'd be more
doubt it.
impressed by doing roller disc golf. You'd have to be
Roller disc golf.
Technically, sumo is my disc golf.
I'd be
or
more
is my
impressed if you had to do roller
derby
disc
or
golf
roller
that's
disco
exceptionally
or whatever
coordinated.
you want to
Can
call
we-
it. When people are out
To
and they're
skate
like,
and
"What
throw
is your
frisbee."
favorite sport?" I'm like, "Baseball and sumo."
Guys,
And
I know
then
it's
they're like,
not a-
Wait, what?
Yeah. I know it's not a martial art, but could we possibly...
Roller derby.
No, I was thinking about disc golf, but similar to polo.
Play defense.
No, well, a little bit, but it's one-on-one, but you we're on ATVs, and it's over 2 miles.
I'm for it. Here we go with the squat.
Hey, it's
Fan
not about
up.
the size of the disc; it's about the motion of
I got
the
Ichinojo
ATV.
by exhaustion.
Ichinojo Kiribayama.
Fans up, shut up.
Nice low grip, standing him up. No slapping. I thought I'd see some slapping. He really thinks he can outmuscle the giant, which I guess maybe he can. That's sort of his thing. No, he's huge.
Nah, he's fucking massive.
He's 6'4", 400 pounds.
Yeah, he makes me look tiny. Oh,
What? I can't imagine what he thinks his plan is.
maybe he's just winging it.
He's hoping to get a good lift on him and then drive him out, it looks like. But you got to really get a good lift on him. He's got the head tucked nice deep in the shoulder, trying to lift him up. He knows if he can get Ichinojo straight up and down, his back might give out, basically, is the idea. the taller guy's got
No,
a
Kyoji.
slip disc in his back, basically. So if you can get him straight up and down, usually he just steps out. So there, something like that is what he wants. Ooh.
I want to get really loud, but I can't.
If I was truly as good as these guys said I was, I would have a stat on how many people who have beaten Ichinojo in a match
I picked him for
that's
20
more
bucks.
than 1 minute.
You owe me 20
And
bucks.
it's probably a very low number. That was impressive. That was a good first win for Kiribayama.
I'm just glad he won, man. I love seeing those O's go, you know. Let's break this down here. We come in. So, fans up. We got our CHANKO fucking shoulder shiver right off the bat by Ichinojo. And I'll tell you what, Kiribayama fucking really just stuck in there, played the long game. That's why he goes to the gym, man.
Ichinojo, not advisable.
But dude, I'm telling you,
It's
that's
a
why he
feat.
goes to the gym. It's conditioning. It shows it. And then right here, this is where he stands him up. You see that slip disc start to hurt. Gets him again.
Proving himself as a
And-
strong man here.
Boom.
Yeah.
That
He
was
was in deep with that inside grip.
that
He's
was
got Chiano Fuji vibes.
that was Hogan slamming Andre. That was big. That was very big. I'm
Yeah,
impressed. I'm hard.
you and I were talking on day 4, Zach, and that Kiribayama, because of his rank, has been having a murderer's row of matchups.
Oh,
and
come on,
Right?
Kobayashi.
No,
Maybe.
he's been getting his he's been getting fucking railed.
all the best people.
What do we got?
So
Takayumi versus Miyogiryu is coming up next.
I'm just excited for Takakeisho.
I can't remember what kind of dragon Miyogiryu is.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah. Probably. No, I know the word for blue.
Red Eyes Black Dragon.
I was gonna
attack mode.
go there too. I was right there.
Some kind of
I think
dragon.
it's that Charmander, actually.
Oh, that might be it.
Maybe a Charizard.
And Mitakayumi is the volcanic sea.
No, so that means that he's Miti from Moana.
Never seen
Or
Moana.
Tafiti, or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. She fights a volcano, I know that. But then it turns into a lush green deal.
Sick.
Yeah. And the rocks in it.
Well, I should watch it then.
Dude, my niece is so into that fucking movie.
Moana?
She wore like a toy necklace to her school picture.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something where costumes made sense.
No. Yeah, no. Are you kidding me? It's my niece. No, but my brother's so cool. My brother and sister-in-law are so cool. They let her wear whatever she wants. Sometimes she's dressed like the kid from Big Daddy. It's sometimes sometimes she's wearing snow boots and a fucking tutu. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's awesome.
Fierce individualism.
Dude, she's such a cool kid. She bites kids though. That's a problem we got to figure out. But back to the fights.
Hey, she's scrappy. She's scrappy. Hey, whatever.
She's a fucking nightmare, and I love her. She's literally the I don't feel like I have to have kids because she's the carbon copy of me. We'll get her on the podcast one of these days.
Takayumi and Miyogiryu are basically the same strategy, but Takayumi's bigger and better. So to me, it's a no-brainer. He's going to win by Yorikiri.
Only has a 6'5" lifetime advantage over Miyogiryu.
I know.
Thought the same thing, and then I looked at their lifetime, and I was pretty surprised.
I've had to factor in momentum. Takayumi's only got 1 loss. Miyogiryu's got more losses than wins. So if you look at who's dreams still include winning the Yusho, I feel like that's going to carry Takayumi right over the top of Miyogiryu, because what's Miyogiryu got to prove? He'll be lucky to break even this tournament.
It would be really cool if he won via titty twisters.
I don't think there's any kind of rule against that. It's just not super effective when you've got 400 pounds barreling at you, if you're in a lockup, I can see it
I
working.
gotta be honest, I 100% disagree.
Well, we'll try.
Hitting a good grip on the
teat,
that area
on the
might be
teat.
difficult.
Fans up, shut up.
Okay. Taking his time. Takayumi lines up, and we are off. CHANKO. Oh, a Henka?
Almost a Henka right after the
Didn't
bit.
work. Get a belt grip. What are you doing? Oh, what a jackass.
And a front
Okay,
face
well, he
Bulldog
They gave
by
it to him.
fucking Scott Steiner. Give
never
it
would have
to
called
me.
it.
That's gonna be
Hatake
a
Komi.
Monowi if I ever seen one.
That might be
Think it's too close
that
to
might
call?
be finish of the night.
What?
No contest.
Wait, no contest. No way.
Fixed for Mataki Yumi, dude. Fixed for
What do you mean?
Mataki
Why did they
Yumi.
say no
I'm a
contest?
Mataki Yumi
Oh, no, he won.
fan, and that's worth talking
Yeah.
I thought you meant it was ruled.
No,
a
I mean
contest.
no one is contesting the decision
Oh, why would you? He
because they went out at the
fuck-
same time.
Bullshit. That guy
Well-
slammed his face into the ground.
I would look close
yeah,
to
but
me.
he was out, kind of.
Well, let's watch the replay here.
Let's see. But
See, now
to
this
me,
is
in
where-
real time.
No, he's not out.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's way down.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Beautiful,
okay.
actually.
Sorry, I
He
don't.
could
mean,
be-
I don't mean to
It
be
was
that guy,
fucking
but I
right.
told you so.
He should be an
It was-
Ozeki.
No, you were right. You were right.
Fuck. Oh my god, I can't imagine being that heavy. Like I'm pretty heavy, and I don't like falling now. I can't imagine adding another like 50 pounds and fucking just eating it.
Belly flopping on the
Oh
clay.
my god, that looks so painful, dude.
Not to mention
Well,
just a
Mataki
shame.
Yumi's gauging up for an Ozeki run here.
Yeah,
If
I hope
can
so.
do
He
well.
really ought to be. He's got the skills, and now he just has to
He's
wake up.
definitely got the mass.
He might get some kind of special thing if he does well. Just some recognition.
Wouldn't it be cool if like a fan won like a chance to fight like
Like in the WWE when they would like put a new guy in the crowd and pretend he was like someone's dad.
yeah, and just like no, but it was like actually a guy that looks nothing like a sumo wrestler, and they just fucking throw him into fucking Okinawa.
He's just a
Like
tourist.
they just throw him right through the ceiling like a fucking Dragon Ball Z tournament.
There's
I'm
a,
gonna use the restroom quick. Daisho 7 wins, Meisei 2 wins, lifetime. Sekiwake taking on the Maegashira 1.
Are we-
Daisho, that man's been looking good.
Oh, so you're
2
not
wins,
so you're a
don't do that.
naysayer tonight.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
am
Meisei.
too. I've got Daisho here.
I mean, I'll take the underdog just because you guys are fucking sports.
Daisho is a wrecking ball. I'm looking for Daisho to win by Hiki Otoshi, which is a hand pull down.
Also, I do want to say, since we have a little bit of a break in the action, thank you so much for tuning in to Ruckus Fights broadcast of CHANKO, Day 6, Fukuoka Basho, fucking 2021, baby. If you're watching on the Ruckus Fights, thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button and join our chat. We'll talk to you. We're hanging out. We're having a good time. If you are viewing us on the Levyland Live page, thank you so much for tuning in, but check us out on Ruckus Fights NYC. Levyland will be repurposed for other things that we're doing with Rare Air Live, i.e. Chris Rinchick. When he gets back in the room, we'll have him talk a little bit about that. But thanks for tuning in. I am Zach Petrovich. I'm here with Brendan Eichelser and Neil the Deal Jenkins, who just went to take a pee. Brandon Eichelser, thoughts on this upcoming match?
Well, we've got Daisho, who is a powerful pusher thruster. Sort of like Takakeisho, Bobby Elvis, but smaller and a little bit more high flying, whereas Takakeisho tends to stay grounded. And he's going to be facing off against Meisei, who we usually pick for most things because he's such
You
a...
like him a lot, yeah.
Yeah, he's just insanely strong, and he's getting really smart. Like every tournament, you can see him
I
improving.
think his name's a little too silly, so I don't pick him a lot. But
Meisei.
no, it's like it's too easy to make fun of, as I do on every podcast.
You might as well. So
I think they should
Meisei,
add ropes and let these guys jump off of them.
yeah, I think that's what it's fundamentally lacking is acrobatics. If anything, you know.
Imagine seeing like a 400-pound
A
guy do
ladder.
like a fucking moonsault. Like that'd be nuts.
Daisho's record against Meisei is 7-2 all time, so he has a huge history of being better than Meisei.
All right, well, I'm going to take Meisei just because you guys are being spoil sports, like I said earlier.
I bet they're gonna.
False start.
Well, that
How much you want to bet
tonight-
on the false start prep bet? By the way, once legal gambling is happening in New York, we will have prop bets that you guys can bet with us. Oh my good God!
Oh, not a hand pull down, but
No,
it was
but I'll
Daisho,
tell
and it
you
was
right now,
basically.
Daisho took some fucking damage right there, Chief. That was a big time shot to the chops he just took. He is breathing heavy, and that he might have a concussion. That was a fucking impact.
The guy that won? This
Yeah.
guy? He's like stammering
Watch
out.
this,
Let's
watch
take a
this.
Look.
And CHANKO. Boom. Right there. Top
Yeah.
of the shoulder, right to the jaw. Look at his face. He's fucked. He was like, "Oh, thank God he fell."
His entire face is a callus, though. I bet it barely even phased him.
Yeah, dude. I got punched in the face for 13 years. Fucking
right in the cheek.
Yeah. If you hit that area, like, there's a sweet spot there that can just put you the fuck out.
It's like that the whole end of the fight.
Look at him. He doesn't look happy.
Yeah, that's not the face of a man who's celebrating his win.
No, that's a guy who fucking has to pay child support tomorrow.
It's like it's Bushido, right? I mean, they're technically
Bullshido.
Well, I put that on our website.
Oh, Bullshido's a real thing. We should get McDojo Life. Shout out to McDojo Life. If you guys aren't following McDojo Life on Instagram, they're fantastic. They call out all these fake martial artists and shit. They're great. They're like going around one Cobra Kai at a time, just dispelling a bunch.
My boy.
Which one, Shodai?
Yeah, Shodai, the guy on the left. They call him the Wall of Daikon. Daikon's like a big radish.
I love Shodai. Wait, what? He's named after a fucking radish?
It's a great story. He never wanted to do sumo. You know, he's that guy.
Oh wait, this is the guy.
Yeah.
This is the hockey guy.
He was he decided
right.
Yeah, and I found out that in like elementary and middle and high school, he got like dragged into the sumo team, and he became like a high school yokozuna and like a middle school yokozuna, and then he didn't pursue it. He went to Tokyo Agricultural College to be like a farmer, and then
he just wanted to.
He's like just wants to be a simple man, so they recruited him,
so bad.
and
it's
by
like
like
John Rambo.
He just wants to live in the woods. You can't go upriver without me.
Yeah.
So he's at the agricultural college, and like his sophomore year, he gets recruited, and he pops off, and he's college yokozuna at this farming school, and so he gets optioned to go to straight into the 3rd division of sumo instead of having to go from like the 6th division and work his way up. They're like, "You're so good, we'll grandfather you in if you do it now." And he turned it down so he could finish his agricultural degree, and then had to start from the very beginning when he did join sumo.
So you know what he should do? Once he like is done with sumo, he should come to America and start a weed farm.
Yeah. Oh, so anyway, his college, their mascot is a radish. Is a daikon.
Still upset about that.
So he's the daikon.
That was a great story until you came at full circle with the radish.
Yeah, he's a daikon.
I love daikon radishes.
Me too.
You know,
crispy and sweet.
You guys are not saying anything I'm shocked that you're saying. Let me just put it that way.
It goes great in CHANKO.
You know what it also goes great in? The trash.
I somehow knew it was going to be something like that, but couldn't guess it. So I love him.
Oh, did I get you with one of the hilarious?
Hilarious.
I got Daisho hitting Ozeki before at the beginning of 2023 at the latest. By the way,
he's a good fit for it.
So we're saying Shodai trounces Takanosho.
I think so. Takanosho's a pusher thruster. Shodai can work the belt, and I think he's going to lock him up and either do like one of those shoulder wraps, which apparently is a yorikiri, or he'll actually get the belt. But I think he'll do like a Teruno Fuji style thing. Try to just absorb the attack of Takanosho and drive him out. Basic fundamentals. He's really good at it. And Takanosho is pretty one-dimensional, so I don't see how this could go any other way. Just because Shodai's like the real deal. Like he's like Ozeki material. He really belongs there, I think. Whereas Takanosho is like 10 years too early.
This is our third to last fight. We are going to do a post show afterward. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, I'm Zach Petrovich. I'm joined here by Brandon Eichelser and Neil the Deal Jenkins.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, so we're going to go over we missed a few fights right off the bat. We had a little bit of a late start. We're also sponsored by Andy Capp's Hot Fries, Cheddar Fries, Ranch Fries, and Barbecue Fries. That's not true, but if we make enough noise, eventually they're going to sponsor us. Also, we're sponsored by Beer in Red Cans. It can be any beer as long as it's in a red can.
Green glass bottles.
Green glass bottles as well, actually, 100%.
Has an 8-2 lifetime advantage.
Shodai?
Shodai 8-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, the writing's on the wall. Come on.
This is our thing.
Don't take this from me.
We're also sponsored by Arizona Dungarees.
Arizona pants.
Arizona.
Only choice for men's 26-36.
For $1.
I don't know how they keep the prices so low, and I don't want to.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, I could probably make some speculation, but we might lose some viewers. It's probably how your iPhones are made. Anyway, back to the action. We have an Irish-Japanese guy right behind Shodai.
I like the people in like traditional garb. I get a kick out of that.
I don't. Because, like, who are you doing that for? Who are you doing that for?
No, it's just part of their culture.
Oh.
Society.
Wait, really, though?
Yeah. Yeah, to this, it's like how you be formal. Is you wear the
like,
yukata and the kimono.
Wearing a beret that doesn't know how to put his fucking mask on right. He's got his old man nose hanging out.
See, I like that guy. That's the guy I like.
He's like 90.
I bet on him.
He's got nothing to lose.
On him? Can I bet on that guy?
You gonna bet on him what? Waking up tomorrow?
Yeah, I think he does.
Okay, here comes the fan. Ladies and germs.
CHANKO.
Takanosho with the big hands. Shodai with the wrapping him up, dissolving him, and taking him outside.
Does have pretty big fucking hands.
Just to talk,
Oh, headbutt.
Here's the absorbing. Oh, but did he get it in time?
I want to see a replay on that. That was closer than the other one.
I thought he'd be able to stand his ground better, but Takanosho is strong. Just came down.
Shodai sometimes, if he doesn't set up his control quickly, can lose.
Oh man, I love how these guys have been sitting. I love how these guys have been sitting for so long that like they're just waddling into they're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, they're all pissed at the guy that called it. They're like, oh, come on,
we got 3 fights left.
Oh, he's in. He's in.
That's a Shodai win. That's a Shodai win.
I wish we had another fucking angle.
They probably will give us one more, especially the longer they talk.
Hey, I'm being good. Yeah, so shit.
Went out here for a second.
Yeah, maybe it's because you're just a big old dummy.
No, there was a weird thing that happened earlier where a bunch of people lost their
We need him.
Dummy.
Be nice to Chris.
No, not nice to anyone. I have a sad life. Oh.
Hey, I'm going to tell you a story.
My parents drink.
Look, this guy's talking and they're showing the back of his fucking head on the official broadcast.
I don't know.
We're redoing it.
We have a tissue in here because I just snot rocking it on my hand.
I'll make it happen for you.
Thanks. Well, I mean, I can't really. I mean, everyone now knows
it. It's a redo.
So.
It's the first redo in CHANKO history on the live broadcast.
See what I'm dealing with? Just give me a fucking index card or something. I don't give a shit.
That ain't proper.
Hi guys. We don't know how to switch from the mic to talking to each other in the room because we're not professionals. No one's paying us.
No, but thanks for tuning in. We're doing our best, sort of, and we're glad you're here.
Well, no, our best will be back to tomorrow when we can go full volume again.
Oh, yeah.
We can scream about it.
I'm going to get lubed up and put myself in a muwashi.
It's called a tori na oshi when they go over again.
Oh.
I'm not correcting you, you little pin dick.
Hey.
That was an attack, and I feel terrible about it.
No, you don't.
I immediately regretted it.
I know, because now I have leverage.
I know. I'm trying to have part of the fun.
I get 6 R words.
One time my appendix burst.
What'd you say?
I said one time my appendix burst.
Neil the deal with the sleeper joke.
Three-way high five.
Absolute.
I picked my spots. I'm not against it. It's just gotta be a good spot.
One time my appendix burst.
Set up shop. I feel like Shodai's good in Tori no Oshis.
Is that up?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping he'll get that control set up faster this time. Maybe he was just startled. Takanosho's a lot of man to come after you.
He was thinking about his crops.
He reminds me of Asanoyama's build a little bit, but Asanoyama looked even better.
True.
Do we have anyone in our chat right now? Can someone check that?
Fans up. Knuckles are down. Big old throat press. Lock him up, man. Why are you letting him get around you? Good control. Recovery at the ropes. One hand on the bail. Or one foot. One leg hand on the bail. Now it's turning into a wrist control game. Is he trying? Oh, there it is. Oh, yes. He was trying to prevent him from doing that. Another one.
Wow.
Another one.
Good finish.
Now, does he have to be out of the outer bales? Real quick. Does he have to be out of the outer bales, or does he just have to touch ground?
It touching ground. You can step off the bales, and it doesn't count until you.
I'll tell you right now. I'm watching right now. No, that's horseshit.
Yeah, that was bullshit. I agree.
By the way, I just want to mention David Garb here. We are trying to run this every day. We only have missed one so far. So keep coming back and tell your other friends who are into sumo.
Yeah, we'll be doing it all weekend, I believe.
Yeah, all week. I mean, we're not missing a day from now here on out as far as we know.
Next week,
all right, it's about to happen on the replay.
Thanksgiving.
He's locked up on the bale real nice.
I don't think
he's in. He's out. Well, no, but all he did was cross the plane of the doyo.
So apparently crossing the plane of the doyo is out there.
That body, I guess. Like that's why I get pissed.
I'll tell you what though. Takanosho's not feeling good. That hurt. That hurt a lot.
Yeah, he looks like he's hurting right
That was like a fucking slam. Anyway, we can see the head of my favorite wrestler.
I can't.
No. We're not starting there. Wise man.
No, then do the whole song, man.
No, I can't do the whole song.
We got right. Zach's two favorites: crayons in your nose, crayons in your nose, crayons in your nose, crayons in your face versus Sumo Elvis.
So I'm taking Takakesho on this, and we're singing his fucking theme song. Get ready, boys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Bobby Elvis Takakesho coming at you big time.
Oh, pew 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 pew.
Pew 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 pew. Anyway,
I've got Takakesho.
Takarafuji is 3-9 against Takakesho.
And that's the dude that eats clay, right?
Is that literal?
Well,
no, he's the
hairline guy.
He's the resident stall.
No. But he's the guy that I'd say puts like crayons up his fucking head.
I think that's usually Miyogiryu. This is the guy that you always say, why did they let a 65-year-old?
Oh,
yeah, and then you're like, oh, because his calves are the size of a tree trunk. That's why.
Oh yeah,
he's got
he is,
that lower
he is
body
like the
endurance.
85-year-old looking. Oh, he's got the crazy hairline, right?
I've got Takakesho by thrust down.
I'm gonna take.
Yeah, that's how he's won every match, right?
I mean, I think Takakesho moves to 6-0. Knock on Woody's.
Probably will. He's got it laid out for him. You know, if Takarafuji can't get on the belt, then he's probably not going to win. And if anyone can keep anyone off the belt, it's Takakesho. So.
And real quick, I just wanted to give a shout out to our live stream viewers, Dennis and Hirth and David Garb. You guys are the shit. Please drop something in the comment section, the top chat. Also, let your friends know if you guys are watching with other people. Let them know. Fucking, we're trying to get this thing going.
If this is your first broadcast with us, we usually get a lot more exciting, but we're keeping it quiet tonight for one special reason.
It's just the CHANKO Lounge.
Yeah, this is the CHANKO Lounge tonight. Usually it's kind of the CHANKO fucking lit club.
Just play some laid back music.
No.
Also, we missed.
You should take a fucking breath.
Day 5. So, David Karp, if you got a pick for a double-digit winner this tournament, also known as a CHANKO champion, throw it in the chat, and if you're right, we'll try to hook you up with some kind of prize at the end of the tournament.
Yes, we're gonna be giving away. We keep laughing that it's gonna be like a ashtray or like a
handicapped cheddar
empty
fries,
bag of handicaps.
Maybe one of our cans of red beer.
I do actually have some pretty cool.
We did say a handprint of
stuff.
We did say a handprint of.
Yeah,
me.
I can't remember what they call those, but we're gonna get.
I think they call them handprints, dummy.
Oh, wow, you know what? How could I have been so blind?
Maybe it's because you can't see.
Okay, they're called Tagata.
That's what I said.
Tagata.
Maybe we could exactly bronze.
So we're gonna do it
and send them to a viewer.
Oh, I'll send you guys my shoes. You guys want my shoes?
Bronzed shoes, like a.
Oh, I'm not gonna bronze them. I'm just gonna,
Bronze with the eggs.
Yeah, bronze with the eggs, exactly.
Okay, fans up. Takakesho's taking his sweet time. Really wants to lay it down. No one can do it like Hakuho could do it, though.
Shut the fuck up.
Ain't nobody got it.
Push.
Get him out of here.
Forget you. Yeah, done deal. No thrust down, but
yeah,
come on.
Me can't stop him. He
can't
too
fuck
strong.
with the sideburns of death.
But so like, what I'm getting is like, again, the end of that looked pretty almost like he like conceded to him. Was it just that he knew he had the leverage, so he let it go, or what?
Who's to say? I mean,
David Garb just commented, do I have to pick Magashira? And also handprints
Whoever
are
you
called
want.
Tegeda.
got us.
Whoever you want.
Yeah, you can pick whoever you want, man. It just has to be
If you
double
have a
digits
Jurio
for-
pick that you
you
like,
can do Jurio
please
picks.
share with us.
In our post show, we'll talk a little bit about what we're seeing in Jurio.
Still no Hokuseiho. That was a big bummer. Holy smokes.
No, that could. Shut up. I don't even smoke weed. I want to smell this now.
Welcome back to the show, everyone tuning in from the church crowd. We're sniffing some weed.
I mean,
It's
Doing.
well,
It's
that doesn't
New York,
impress you.
it's legal.
Yeah,
Can't
we're in the
stop
state
us.
of New York.
do you know how much weed I've smelled? Like, I mean, it's clean. I will say it's very nice, piney.
Yeah, it
Cleanness,
smelled like
yeah.
Jack Herrera. It gave me that
Definitely
kind of
indoor.
fruity.
I'll tell you that much.
Well, that's always nice. It's like when someone beautiful walks by.
Is it?
Why not?
Well, I'm not hard.
Why not?
Well, that's
You
because
promised.
the other thing I've been smelling all
All
night.
right, we're down to the last fight of the night. Teruno Fuji is gonna fight against Okinumi, which feels like maybe he'll get a good run for his money. 5-0 versus 2-3, but I mean, obviously it's gonna be Teruno Fuji by.
No Fuji advantage in
It's
this
okay.
matchup. So I remember seeing them wrestle. I think when Okonomi was in competition for a U show in January, that
Oh, no,
Teruno
bring that back
Fuji
up.
ended up winning, and the match was kind of depressing.
Very quickly, David Garb in our chat section has picked Abi for 10 wins.
Wow, yeah,
Which is one of our who picked Abi.
that's pretty safe. We all kind of said that at his
Yeah.
rank.
I'm in Taka. I'm hitting Takakesho, and who was the other guy I fucking had? Oyama? No.
No, you keep saying Takakesho is your boy at the end.
Yeah.
I mean,
I get pretty drunk on these things, so.
Wait, on before day one started, our picks for 10 wins or more were Takakesho, Hokuto Fuji, Abi, and Teruno Fuji.
So, well, Teruno Fuji doesn't count.
right.
He's the fucking Yokozuna. He doesn't
flag
count.
him. I mean, I'm still gonna flag him. The dude wasn't even.
That's
in
like saying
Magashira
Tom
a
Brady
year ago.
might pass over 200
Sure.
yards a game. Like, fuck off.
He wasn't even in the league a year ago.
It is pretty incredible, and also his knees are considered to be a time bomb by most sources. So
Wouldn't
it's
it be
like,
funny if
how
both of his
long
legs
will he
just
hold on?
exploded?
Like Kyle,
Kill the man with the shrapnel.
Kyle's kneecaps in South Park when his teacher's ball.
I don't have his. I've told Brendan before. I don't have his Yokozuna reign being very long. I see it being
Everybody
dominant, but
knows
I don't
it.
see it lasting long.
He's keeping the
What
seat
if
warm.
Hakuho's just waiting for him to like fucking retire? He comes back and just beats the brakes off everyone else.
He said
He
the
can't come back.
said the nicest stuff, dude. He said such nice stuff.
Yeah, but
about
what if he
Teruno
didn't,
Fuji
Neil?
when he
Jesus.
retired.
Let him dream.
Can I
I
just
know,
dream that
I'm
these
just
guys are
saying it's
shitheads like
nice
me?
that-
Yeah, it is nice that they get along.
Takuho is a jerk,
That's-
though.
I
So
think
it's
that
like,
might be
I know you're memeing,
propaganda.
but I'm just saying.
Can I be honest? I think that might be the problem with the sport. Everyone's a little too respectful.
Yeah, they could stand to have a little bit.
I mean, we need a
little bit
little. We need a little bit of
of
discourse.
bravado.
Yeah.
I mean, the big scream for Hakuho's last match was like a fucking scandal. Like, okay, have you seen the dances
Ooh, we
they
got
do?
some Pokemans.
Yeah.
Yes, Makuhita.
And on the front and the back this time.
In my winning Emerald Nuzlocke from earlier this last year, I had a Makuhita's evolved form Hariyama. I named him Ozeki, and he was in my team for Elite Four, and he popped the fuck off.
We did say next tournament we're gonna try to do the fantasy, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna come up with a cool, unique version of it. Because if you want to do a good fantasy, Jason will still be broadcasting at that time, and there's a couple places where you can do a standard, like pick a guy from certain levels, and then we're gonna cook up something special.
As dumb as I sound, viewers, I'm just gonna let you know I am undefeated in our fantasy league. So
we're gonna try to come up with like Brendan said, just as a sneak peek. Our ideas are like most losses.
Oh, so like prop bets. We're gonna be doing DraftKings without being DraftKings.
Yeah, kind of.
And no money, unless you want to do that on Patreon, but we won't talk about that here.
You can always give me money.
God.
Don't ever
We're
feel.
not going to create a gambling ring around.
You're right. We
sumo
wouldn't.
making.
That sounds like
Certainly
an
not
alleged
on the air.
thing not to do, and maybe we should have a team meeting about it. Allegedly, okay?
To not do.
Jesus, I would never do that.
Oh no! You just got me to screech. I'm sorry, broadcasters. I did a Neil screech laugh.
Oh man! So the thingy is blinking on the screen, which means I think this is the last salt throw, and then they're gonna hop in. I have no idea what that says.
They're just seasoning the ring. You got to use enough salt.
You guys were talking about that a few nights ago on the broadcast.
Seasoning?
It's my opinion.
Oh, why they do the salt, right?
Well, not
Yeah.
why, but whether it aids.
It
or
makes
lessens
sense
the
that it's
traction.
part of like just making it fair. You get to sprinkle a little something. I sprinkle a little something. No one's got a knife in their leg.
Says you. That guy's wearing a full brace.
Lock up, classic Tirano Fuji, exactly the position he wants to be
Uh-oh.
in. But can he withhold against the weight and power of Okinumi? Looks like it. Why is he going for the belt?
Because he's short-sighted.
Extra control. I think he's just too tall of an opponent.
Reach to.
Okinumi's not doing shit, though.
Good fight so far.
I mean, he's putting up something to wrestle against, but he's not even trying any attacks.
And he's done.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's done. Terunofuji once again wins. Can he like make it exciting? Can he just like throw some guy through the fucking doyo?
He's not Hakuho.
I know, right? Hakuho actually was a lot of fun. I miss him already.
Hakuho was like some kind of jungle
And
cat.
I didn't like
So
him back
cool.
then. I didn't like him when he was on, but now
Yeah,
I
he
miss
was
him.
the same. He was.
Because Terunofuji's such a wet noodle to me.
The old boss is always an asshole till you meet the new one.
Well, I gotta say, I actually like my new job. I work for myself.
Here on CHANKO.
Right here on.
Right here.
We're gonna take a short little break for us to have a cigarette rest and to scratch our man parts. Neil is going to take you through his little segment, The Deal with Neil Jenkins. He's going to kind of talk about what happened tonight, and then we're going to come back in a little bit, talk about the fights that we missed, and talk about how the tournament's progressing. And that'll probably take us to around 4:35, 4:45-ish.
Just come on back if you ever want to try again.
Yeah, so stick around. Neil will be talking, and Zach and Brendan are signing off for a hot second.
Quick fiber.
Is our
横綱照ノ富士寄り切りで勝って6戦全勝。明日は妙義龍と隠岐の海敗れて2勝4敗。明日は大関貴景勝との一番です。見取り式が行われています。6日目を終わって横綱照ノ富士
Okie dokie, guys. I'll go over the results of Jurio while these guys are gone. Let's see what we got here tonight. All right. It looks like we had Shiba up from Makushita against Hiradomi, and he won. So Shiba beats Jurio 13. Hakiozan beats Kyokushuho. Kotokuzan beats Yago to go to 5-1. Poor Yago, man. Azumaryu, yeah, that guy still exists. He's 5-1 actually, beating Asana no Waka. Toha Kuryu beats Kyoku Taisei. He's 4-2 now. Oho, we're gonna have that match on film when they get back. Oho's perfect 6-0 right now. Had a crazy Kimitoshi win against Enho. not that crazy, but he won, and it was cool. Mitoryu beats Daishoho. Kota Shoho beats Chirnoumi. Midori Fuji loses to Tokashoryu, who was 0-4 and now is back to 2-4. Daishomaru 3-3 after beating Chiono. Daiamami gets his first win over Nishiki Fuji. Nishikigi loses to Kaisho. Sugigisho loses to Ichiyamamoto. And then Bushozan beats the Waka brother, Wakamoto Haru. So for Juryo now we got the Soul Leader Oho. And then at 5-1 we got Ichiyamamoto, Kota Shoho, Azumaryu, and Koto Kuzan. We're gonna have a technique breakdown too for the first 5 days of Makauchi when they get back as well. Hey Dave, thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it. Have a great night.
もう一つ選んでいただきました。やっぱりこう、貴景勝さんね、宝富士さんですね。
And then obviously for Makauchi, Abi, Takakeisho, and Terano Fuji still at 6-0. And then quietly, Ura 5-1, Tamawashi 5-1 after a loss on the first day. He's rattled off 5 straight. And then Mitaki Yumi 5-1 as well. I, at this point, am looking at an Ura technique prize possibly being an inevitability as long as he can get to 9 wins, maybe 10. He's already just absolutely littering the Kimarite, unique Kimarite all over this tournament. 4 wins. Let's see who stood out to me at 4 wins. Hokuto Fuji goes 4 straight, and he's hit some road bumps. Same thing with Sad Naomi. So they are both on a 2-match losing streak after starting unblemished out the gate. Chio Tairyu, only 2 losses, recovering from a 1-2 start. He's been pushing a lot more again, exploding out, not just slap downs, which is kind of nice to see from him. I'm not sure what I'm gonna. CHANKO win of the night. CHANKO win of the night is up in the air tonight. We'll have to see what Brendan and Zach say when they get back. Let me look quick at the matches and see if I can zero in on a CHANKO win of the night here. Probably Ura. I have to go Ura, CHANKO win of the night. We'll see. Okanomi. He tried his best. I wonder if he is going to be. He must be against Takakeisho tomorrow with the way they just said that. Yeah, Okanomi against Takakeisho tomorrow. Yeah, I'll look at the matches tomorrow quick. Terano Fuji against Myoguru. Shodai against Takara Fuji. Okanomi against Takakeisho. Mitaki Yumi against Kirabayama. That'll be a big one for Kirabayama. He got his first win tonight, finally. Onosho Meisei. Ichinojo Wakatakakage. Daisho Takanosho. That's going to be brutal. Ura Endo. That could be fun. I feel like Endo might just randomly win that and play spoiler. Takayasu against Tamawashi. Koto Echo Hoshoryu. Shimano-umi, Tobizaru, Aoyama, Chiyoshoma, Terusuyoshi, Hinumi, Chiyotairyu, Kotonowaka, Ishira, Tochinoshin, Abi, Hokuto Fuji, Yutakiyama Chiyomaru, Kageyaki Sadanoumi, Shohozan Chinokuni, and Aqua against Kaisei. Looks like Oho's against Shiranumi tomorrow in Rio, and they have a 2-2 head-to-head. Let's check the head-to-heads for the Makuuchi top parts. Teruno Fuji's 12-4 versus Myoguru. Shodai's 14-3 versus Takara Fuji. And Okinaumi is 4-9 against Takakeisho. Kirabayama, interestingly, has a 4-2 advantage over Mitaki Yumi, and Meisei has a 6-4 over Onosho. Wonder if there's any mega veteran clashes tomorrow where they fought a ton. No, it looks like the most is Sadanoumi 9, Kageyaki 7. All right, I am Magaki. There he is, the man. We miss you. Hakuho, the security guard extraordinaire. Look at him. No one's doing anything out of line. There's Kakuryu too. The homies. We have another Abi for the Chanko champions. David Garb adding his hat to the ring in favor of Abi. These guys have so much more energy than the previous night's commentators. It's nice. They're very happy and excited. Okay, I'm gonna start sending some links to Chris for some videos and such.
Even before the pandemic, and it was really nice. And then the pandemic hit, and it didn't feel like a good idea to be outside. Right? All of a sudden, it didn't feel like a good idea to be where people were because we didn't know how transmission worked and everything. Mm-hmm. And now that we do know,
you guys back?
It's perfectly fine to go back out and start walking again, but it's hard to get back to habits as well.
Yeah, well, and it's also like cold and rainy out a lot of the time right now.
Yeah, and when it's not cold and rainy, it's unbearably hot.
Yeah, you gotta if you can get a walk early in the morning when it's before anything's heated up, or real late at night when everything's cooled down.
Yeah, and you're like, early in the morning, you say.
I know.
Early in the morning, I can't wake up for. Late at night, I don't want to meet the night denizens of my city.
Yeah, no, that's true too. I don't typically go out late at night on my own.
It's kind of
You're on.
Hey, we are back.
So I only got 9 out of 20 fights tonight. I had 11 out of 20 last night, but I'm as good as a coin toss.
Chris,
I can't see you guys anymore, by the way.
I see.
That'll happen in a second, I'm sure.
You know, that's because he's on camera, so we made him full screen.
Oh, we made you full screen.
Oh, gotcha.
We're bringing us back in. So, Neil, thank you so much for giving us that quick deal. What is it? What are we calling this?
What's the deal?
What's the deal with Neil the Deal Jenkins? If you guys are still tuned in, thank you so much for joining us once again. So kind of a cop out, I guess. Oh, wow, we had a lot of good chat tonight from David Garb, slowly becoming the new Michael Parker.
Come on back,
Michael. I figured we can parlay quickly before we do the technique graph and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
There is the Jurio match from last night that had some belt work from
Is that Oho?
Oho,
Yep.
who we commented was winning only by pushing attacks, and then he whips out some belt technique yesterday.
And you sent the links via chat, or?
Yep,
okay,
it's in there.
Yep.
What are we doing here?
The Sumo MB, or?
I think he wants to watch the YouTube clip first.
Yeah, no, the YouTube clip first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
the Sumo MBD thing was just
that's
for
the
you
pie.
guys.
That's the pie chart, right? Yeah. Okay, so here we are. This is Oho versus who?
Nishikigi?
I'm not sure. You guys are more.
Yeah,
okay,
he's against Nishikigi. Yeah.
Oh, and
I can't see it, and I can't see you guys either. Still, so
Okay.
I'm kind of confused.
So
but
we had some hug and chug action, is what we're seeing.
Neil, we have you on full screen because you're on the air. I need you to look higher res, so I put it full screen for you.
I gotcha. I just mean now that we're back, I can't see them anymore, or
Wait,
the match.
Oh, he can't see the match, is what he's saying.
Or you guys.
Oh, it's not gonna happen. Okay, so
I could do it if I set it up ahead of time.
well,
It's fine.
okay. Basically, we saw a hug and chug from Oho.
Strong fundamental Yorikiri.
Brings him to what's his record right now? From last night?
He's 6-0 now.
So wait, he's 6-0 tonight.
How much of this do we want?
Yeah.
That's it. And that was it. Just that little snippet. Okay, cool. That's exciting. I think I gotta be honest. I think I need to be watching more Jurio because as a newbie, like
there's cool fights happening.
I just remember. So as we've discussed, how we started this whole thing was I would literally come home from a night shift, blasted, and I would come home blasted from a night shift here in the city, and Brendan would be on the couch eating gyro pizza. Well, yeah, it was in Brooklyn, which I'm surprised we don't have that here. Anyway,
Off-menu item. We had to order it custom.
Oh yeah, that's right, we got it. Yeah. Anyway, so I would show up and he would be watching like all of the sumo, and it would he would start at like 1. So he would get even like some pre-Jurio matches where the guys have like they have like their head shaved and they look like
long
children,
hair and no ponytail,
or beards.
Yeah, some of them have beards.
Yeah. I think they should let them look however the hell they want. I think we should have I think we should give them like muwashis that have like they should let them sell sponsorship patches like they did in the UFC back in the day. Yeah. But that's me.
Well, they kind of do. I mean, that's sort of what the Mawashis are, is like sponsorship banners. Some of them are like yogurt companies and stuff, like just random stuff.
Chobani?
Wouldn't that be fantastic?
I'd be so happy. Sponsored by Chobani. Anyway.
Chobani. Fuck you.
Yeah. Neil, what do you think I think we're cornering the market on Greek yogurt. We're going to say, we're going to give Chobani a new slogan. And
I'm partial to Noosa from Colorado, but Aussie ingredients, Colorado Fresh or something like that, or Aussie born out of Colorado. It's Australian people that live in Colorado and probably smoke mad weed and make good ass yogurt.
Is it like Yoplait or is it like Chobani?
It's a gourmet yogurt, I would say.
What's it called?
Noosa.
Noosa, sponsored by Noosa.
No,
that shit's good.
No, Chobani, fuck you.
It. Sponsored by Noosa. That shit's good.
That's what. Oh, see, he's got his own.
That shit's good.
I love it.
Okay, so who are we giving the Chanko win of the night to tonight? I'm going Ura.
For sure.
Ura definitely gets the Chanko win of the night, but I will say Chanko fight of the night is what was the restart? That was Shodai and wasn't that Shodai?
Yeah, but that was Ura, wasn't it? That's the same fight. That was that bullshit.
There was 2 that were like that. There was
no, the Shodai
Takayasu
match was against Takanosho. Ura was against Takayasu.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the oh no, wait, was it? What the hell am I thinking? Yeah, no, I am thinking of Shodai.
Yeah, Shodai.
Wasn't that the one where he slammed the guy? Like he jumped out of the ring and dropped him onto the doyo.
That was that one.
Yeah,
I'm giving the leg pick.
Yeah. Oh, the leg pick. As far as technique goes, it's got to go to that. That's definitely the Chanko win of the night, fight of the night.
If Shodai had won,
that would have been win of the night. For sure.
Yes.
As far as Chanko fight of the night, though, I do have to give it to the Shodai fight. That was so fun.
Let me look at the Torikumi for tomorrow.
I went over that. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, we've already covered it?
We actually did.
Okay.
But Brendan wasn't here. So
I'll see if anything stands out to me.
Takakeisho versus Okadoumi is the big standout for me.
Damn straight it is, because Takakeisho is going to take him to the cleaners.
That'd be a good throwdown.
I will say I might be I may be absent tomorrow. I'm not happy about it, but it's a possibility. And if I can join late, I will, as I tend to. So.
Hell yeah, dude! If you gotta go get dinner or something with your girlfriend.
No, dinner at 2 a.m. with my girlfriend. She's long asleep, Chief. That's why I sneak out of the bed to get here. But I'll probably just be drinking profusely with some people I promised I'd take on a night out of town. Shout out to Upstairs Bar.
Do you boys drink? Only to excess.
Yeah. Kaisei's running in 3-3. Chio no Kuni's running 3-3. I think we are starting to see the front runners, though.
Kochi's fight is against Ishiura, so hopefully that'll be easy for him.
Man, I just really want to see him. Like, he's so fun to watch. Or at least he was when I started.
I put his win from last night in the chat if Chris wants to bring that up.
Chris is currently pooping, so he'll be back.
Gotcha.
That's a nice way to put it.
Well, yeah. I didn't say shit.
I was trying to imply that something more heinous than that was going on out there.
It probably is. Yeah, that was the nicest thing I could have said at that moment, honestly.
Well, what do you guys want to do then? Do you want to show my pick for win of the night from last night? Do you want to show the Tochi match? Do you want to show the pie chart? And we'll talk about that quick. What do you guys want to do?
Well, we got to wait for Chris to get back. But what we could do is talk about a new segment, or not a new segment, but a new show that me and Brendan were talking about. We're going to bring. It's going to be Winner Buys Lunch. And it's going to be me and him streaming fighting games. So anything from Fight Night to UFC to pro wrestling to Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. That's going to be something that's coming to the Ruckus Fights channel. And
just talking shit.
Yeah, that'll be very. If you like the things I say, definitely tune into that. It'll be less of a commentary, more of me getting pissed drunk and frustrated at Brendan for being good at video games.
And we got to do like a black tie thing with Neil.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, we're gonna have a gala at the end of the year. Everyone knows that the CHANKO gala. It happens every
banquet
year starting now.
Tuxedos, and there's like lounge piano.
We just go into a Benihana and start fucking throwing each other through the grills.
Benihana. Maybe I'm just hungry. The lamb pizza got me going.
Dude, I gotta be honest. Benihana, not the worst chain steak you can have.
Hey, right?
I think Outback Steakhouse is one of the greatest steakhouses of all time.
You've talked about that before. I can't believe you feel that way.
Dude, I now, Neil, I know you don't know this, and this is not sumo related, so sorry for this being the after show. But
we're in the post show.
Yeah, this is kind of where I this is where I get everything off my chest. But I gotta say, I travel across the country a lot, and if I want a steak, I go to Outback Steakhouse, man.
Hey, that's fine. I don't even like steak because I'm a little wimpy blonde guy, but.
It's actually why I couldn't make it the other night. I was like thinking, like I read The Contender when I was a kid, and he like eats a big steak and then takes a nap, and I was like, that's what I need before the show. I was raring to go. I was like, I'll eat all.
You mean The Contender, where the guy Alfred?
It's a boxing book.
But the kid's name's Alfred, and he's like caught up in the fucking coke world of like, or like crack. So. Yeah, because there's the Contender, there's the Brave, there's the the boxing guy gets Witherspoon. Spoon's
the point is he eats a big steak and then takes a nap before a big fight. So I try to do that, but I like don't eat steak, and I was like ill.
I can honestly say that is, and I'm usually a fan of the old school ways. That is a terrible fucking idea.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Although I'll tell you right now, I had a fight where I cut mad weight, and then right after the weigh-in, I ran. I ran and I ate my weight in fried fish and chips.
Ooh,
It was delicious. Yeah, it was in Weirton. And
Ooh, I love that spot.
I ate as much as humanly possible. I had like a fucking loaf of bread, and I thought like I'd put the weight back on, but instead I just, the second I got out of the ring, I had to take a monster Duke. Like that was all I accomplished.
I ate the oiliest food I could think of, and then was shocked when it did.
When I hadn't been eating anything all week. But
oh my god.
yeah.
Chris is coming back sometime tonight.
Probably not. So we can just.
Well, even if we still gotta fill air.
Can someone call him?
Like
can you call him real quick?
Yeah.
He said 2 minutes. That was like 8 minutes ago. So, but yeah, no, I think that
now you guys know how I feel during the post show, and you guys are gone, and I can't put anything on the screen or anything.
Well, we listen to you. Yeah, Chris needs to stay in here for the post show. That's he doesn't even smoke cigarettes.
And what do we pay him?
It would help me out with the post show a lot, because usually my options for the post show are like basically reading the Tori Kumi and like saying some random shit, but like, if I could show a match or two while you guys are gone, or like, teach somebody a technique or something like that, that would be ideal.
Yeah. We're gonna, and like, I mean, we've said this numerous times. We're still trying to figure out exactly what we're doing here.
No, for sure.
But thanks for hanging in. Thanks for chilling out with us and talking sumo.
Let's talk about the story of this Basho. Started off kind of lukewarm, and we weren't sure what was happening.
Yeah,
and then for a minute, everybody was.
I'll say the first episodes were rocking like the first season of Breaking Bad, real slow.
But then for a minute, everyone was undefeated. There was like 9 undefeated guys, and then what do we got now? Right, up to
like
one guy.
5.
Teruno Fuji, Taka Keisho, and Abi, right?
Oh,
yep.
So all those people I liked. That's crazy.
Who's in the hunt?
The other 2 guys that were undefeated have lost 2 in a row. Sadnumi and Hokuto Fuji have lost 2 in a row. They rattled off 4.
Oh, so are there no?
You know what's crazy? Kaisei started pretty strong too.
Tamawashi's 5-1. Uda's 5-1.
Yeah, Kaisei's not doing bad. He's, I think, what, 3-3.
Okay, so there's 3 chasers. Mitake Yumi, Ura, and
4.
Tamawashi. And then 4 is a huge category. I don't think any of them. I mean, it's hard to say. Maybe someone, if a couple losses get racked up, but like Tobizaru's 4-2, we know he's not going to win the. Hinumi's 4-2. Like, you can't look at that group with any kind of.
So real quick before we jump right back into at least tonight's stuff, I do want to bring up something. With sumo, I've realized that sometimes the guy who gets hurt the most is not always the loser. We had that in the Olympics. It's the first time that we've had karate in the Olympics this year. It was Tokyo, right? Yeah, it was in Tokyo this year. Yep. The gold medal heavyweight winner got knocked the fuck out by a head kick, and I'm starting to
gave
wonder.
It to him.
I'm starting to wonder if maybe that's like, yeah. It was like take your base. Like he got knocked out by a head kick. Mm-hmm. And then they gave the silver medal to the guy that knocked him out because it was like it's kind of like that dead body rule that I would equate it to the dead body rule in sumo, where like you used your weight to win, but because you used it too well,
right?
It like you lose. Like so, I'm wondering if like just based on like competition rules, because they're both Japanese sports. I mean, at a root. I wonder if that's just something that you could see, like draw a parallel there too. I don't know. I'm spitballing here, guys. I just
maybe
something
rules
that was in the back of my head.
You know, I mean, they exist in competition for a reason. So I mean, sometimes they're not, followed to the T enough. Sometimes they're too loose. Sometimes there's different definitions of things. It annoys me. I basically can't watch pro football because just refereeing and penalties and all that kind of shit drive me insane. So, but with something to protect people, I mean, I can get behind it usually.
I'm surprised about it with the Olympics because you wouldn't think they would encourage you to like push yourself to your breaking point, but with sumo, that tracks 100% to me. Like, they like to say like fight each fight like it's your last, like maybe you will get badly hurt from falling out at a crazy angle, but you'll win. if you give it your all, maybe you'll get hurt.
Samurais, you're supposed to be ready to fight.
You're supposed to be able to fall on your sword. Like it's like
it's a battle. You want to do everything, even if you get badly injured. What matters is the win. But it's like these guys act in reality. They're on salary. They want to fight as many tournaments as they can. So you'll see them step out, and it's like, that's fine, I guess, because whatever, they probably will fight again. But if you look at Kiseno Sato's last fight, it was he was the Yokozuna that retired before the last two guys retired. It was just an unceremonious, meaningless fight against this guy who was not even that good,
and it got pushed out.
Yeah, there was nothing exciting about it at all. It wasn't like, man, at least he did his best. That was, he tried. He risked his whole career for that fight, and he still lost. So it's time to retire. It was just like this lackluster thing that happened, and I think that blows. That takes all the glory out of the sport.
I think that's something that is. Oh, sorry, Neil. Go ahead.
We're mortals. That's all I was basically gonna say. That's the problem. And
I can bite on that a little, Neil. As someone who's like fought competitively, like full contact, I will say that there's two kinds of people in these kinds of sports, and it's people who are doing this for the money, and there's people that are doing this because they have a genuine drive to do it. You look at a guy like Bernard Hopkins, light heavyweight champion, hysterical, light heavyweight champion, fought Roy Jones Jr. and big, like just a great guy. Retired when he was, I believe, 49 was his last fight against Joe Smith Jr. Out of Long Island, and Joe Smith Jr. like knocked him out of the ring. But this guy's 49, hanging in there with like a 27-year-old fucking monster. And it didn't happen until like the 8th round. Like there's something about like, even though you probably should have hung it up or whatever, like even if you are staying in too long, and a lot of people will probably disagree with me just based on like medical stuff, but there's something to be said about those fucking like legendary moments of like George Foreman coming out of retirement into the 90s. After being like a heavyweight champion in the 70s. He comes back in the 90s and almost wins another championship. Fucking fights some of like the hardest hitters in fucking professional boxing at the time.
So you're talking more about the sort of ultimate commitment to the thing, or comeback specifically?
Well, not so much comebacks, but just like being...
I felt ultimate commitment. That's what I was
Yeah, like just like, listen, if you're going to take the fight the fucking fight. You know what I mean? Like, don't just show up for a paycheck.
That's why someone else gets the towel, so you can fully commit.
Right, and that's something that, which doesn't always work, which I'm going to be
let's separate this a little bit then, okay? So I like where you're going with that, and I like some of the stuff Brendan said about the Kiseno Sato thing, but then where's our stance on someone like Floyd Mayweather, who's so good at just playing to be safe, but also so stupidly good he just wins all the time, and it's lame and it sucks, but he wins within the rules. It's the rules.
I have a lot of thoughts on Floyd Mayweather just because that's my domain, boxing.
Yeah, of course.
I think Floyd is pound for pound one of the greatest fighters to ever live. However, I do not like watching him fight.
Sure,
and that's where your disconnect is with that kind of stuff. I will say that the sport of boxing is technically hit and don't get hit. Does that make for an exciting fight? Are you going to be? The thing is Floyd Mayweather is always going to be remembered as a guy who like Floyd Mayweather. Here's the thing: if Mayweather had fights like Ali did with like a guy like Frazier and Foreman and Norton, and I mean Norton kind of came a little bit later, but I mean if he had those wars that we remember Ali for, even though he was a defensive master, he still had a way of making it an exciting fight still. Mayweather, I gotta be honest, the only time I've ever watched it was one of the first Mayweather pay-per-views I remember watching as a kid, like because we didn't have pay-per-view, and it was right around the same time I was probably about 4 or 5 years into boxing heavily, and Floyd Mayweather fought Sugar Shane Mosley, who was definitely past his prime, and an amazing fighter in his own right. And that is the only time I've ever seen Mayweather in trouble. And any fight after that, I mean, he waited. The thing is like, that's another thing where we talk about like record padding. Mayweather waited for all of his real competition to fucking, wash up. I mean, he fought Pacquiao when he had a torn rotator cuff. Really? Canelo was way too young to handle any of that. I mean, yeah, Mayweather's a tough one for me. But
your legacy gets tarnished by that. But as far as making money and winning and sustainability and not
100%.
Risking your health, I mean, it's
no,
smart.
He's definitely. He's definitely
flashy.
in that respect. He's definitely the smartest boxer to ever live because the guy has virtually no brain damage, as far as we know.
Who's this?
Mayweather, Floyd.
Right.
Chris is back, by the way. Welcome back, Chris.
Sorry, my mic was off.
Virtually no brain damage. Was never like really like hit big time. Honestly, I think some of the biggest hits he took was against McGregor in that fucking freak show fight. But even that, he was fine, and he rolled off the couch. Like he wasn't.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't training for that.
Be fast enough.
It's not even that, man. McGregor's not a boxer. Like, those guys punch different.
Right,
like,
but
I've been punched in the
feet
face by a lot of dudes. But once you put that fucking, like, boxing glove on, like...
a full pound, right?
It's, for heavyweight sparring, it's 16 ounces. I wore 12 ounces, 12 or 10 when I was competing. And then for professional, it's 8 ounce gloves.
MMA is 4. But professionals 8.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure professional across the board is 8 ounce gloves.
Do you guys want to watch that Tochi fight?
Oh yeah, since we're here, because we're gonna finish up in about 10 minutes anyway. Sorry, I don't mean to be rambling about boxing, but
no, you're fine.
You're right on our brand.
Anyway, yes, okay, so we're gonna watch the Tochi fight from last night. Neil, you're not gonna be able to see this, but it is starting right now.
Tochi's on the right, purple belt.
Tochi's on the right.
Kageyaki's very strong, so I'm surprised. I'm not surprised, I should say.
Good belt grip there. And it's kind of already out.
Oh,
that's reminiscent of his fight with Hokuto Fuji. So that was 2 nights ago, right? That's his win.
It's 2 nights ago.
Last night he lost.
Tonight he lost.
Oh, tonight. Yeah.
Tonight.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was last night. Yeah, Tochi did great. That was his comeback fight. Trying to rack up some wins so he doesn't plummet down the Banzuke and wind up in Jurio.
I just don't want to see him in Jurio again. It would break my heart.
It's better if he racks up 3 or 4 wins, even if he doesn't shit. You know what I mean? Than to just completely
even if this
give up.
is going to be his last tournament, which he hasn't said, and I think that guy's gonna die in a doyo. I mean, we're almost done. Yeah, we got 10 minutes.
If Chris wants to get the pie charts in his email, that might be a good thing to like end on or do before
Good
we
idea.
wrap.
Yeah, that sounds good, Neil.
We'll throw that up here in just a sec.
Once again, thanks for joining us on Ruckus Fights broadcast of CHANKO Day 6.
It was day 6. Tomorrow's the end of the first week.
Yep, and we will be there. So funny. We will be there day 5, or day 7 rather. And I may be absent, but these 2 gentlemen or 3 gentlemen will be holding it down. I might show up a little bit late. I have some drinking to do with some good friends.
To replace him, we're going to have Biamba come in.
That'd be so funny.
He's dead.
We're going to try, though.
Oh, wow.
Rip in peace, Biamba. I want to show that clip sometime for anyone who really doesn't know anything about sumo. You know what I'm talking about?
The one where he throws the guy through the fucking doyo.
Through the planet.
Yeah. Oh wait, isn't that the GIF I use when I send you? Yeah.
It's fantastic. American sumo
It's
is
so
like
sad
sensational.
he just died.
Did he have a heart attack? I mean, how many of these guys die of heart attacks? They're huge.
A lot.
I would assume. Like, I'm not trying to be like.
You either just croak before you're like 50, or you live till you're 1 million, like other people.
Like Uncle Sumo, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which he's like got to be what, in his 70s now, 60s, 70s.
Yeah, and he looks great.
Dude, that guy could kick my ass.
Great.
If he comes in here, he could kick my ass.
Yeah, come out of the TV, kick my ass.
Yeah, but we say butt, honey. Oh, okay. Is that on?
It's now on.
He doesn't say how he died, just as a protracted illness.
That sounds like a heart attack.
Leaving behind a wife and a kid. Rip in peace, Biamba. Would have been so cool to meet him. Like a
Dude, it
Ryo
would've
Rikishi just screwing around in LA. What a boon for a while, training up all those whatever weekend warrior sumo people so they could get a little taste of the action.
Do we have the pie chart on?
It's about to be now.
Okay,
yeah.
sweet.
And it's up.
Okay, cool. Neil, you want to take us through this?
Okay, so basically here are the winning techniques for through the first 5 days in Makuuchi pie charted. As you can see, this tournament has featured a lot of different techniques, but by far the most used, Oshidashi, the frontal push out, and Yorikiri, the frontal force out. We briefly discussed that earlier. But then we had noted there was a lot of slapping down this tournament. So if you actually combine the Tsukio Toshi thrust down and the Hitaki Komi slap down, they combined both go up to 16. And Tsukio Toshi just by itself is the third most used with 10. And then right there at 4, sandwiched in the middle, is the thrust out, the Suki Dashi at 6, which is tied with the Hitaki Komi slap down.
Did you make this graph, Neil?
What?
Did you make this?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Wait, you really did make this graph?
Yeah, I made that graph.
Oh my god.
I can't even spell graph.
Edible arrangement coming to you.
Yeah, I wished it could have been a little bit better. The utility I used for it. So the utility I used for it, I wished it had grouped the techniques that were more sparsely used, and then we could hover over it and it would show all the individual ones. And then I also wanted to hot link the videos of all of the one-off used techniques in it.
Dude, you made a fucking graph. Shut up. You're the man.
Unbelievable. I wish it would jerk us off, too.
That's the only way it could have been.
Does it make coffee?
Yeah.
That's the end. The end goal, though, is to have that so I can set it up for Chris to go in and then be like, oh, yo, that one, Sukuri Dashi, will click on it and watch it because they're the more corner case moves.
You
but
know,
then also,
I don't see Slippy Toshi involved here.
No, that's the funny part, though. A couple of these are Slippy Toshis,
100%.
but they have to give it. They have to give it a technique name. So that's when you were talking earlier.
Are you telling me Slippy Toshi is not an actual Japanese word?
They actually have a category called a kinjite, where if like you just completely lose your balance and the other guy doesn't touch you, you get a non-win basically. Like the other guy wins,
like
but it gets recorded as like you beat yourself. There's a few different ways to do it.
They don't want to give you that.
No,
though. Like they'll avoid giving you that as best they can. Because they don't want to be like, oh, it's fat guys making mistakes and falling all over the place.
It's classic, just like sweep it under the rug.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I'm just so big, I fell over.
Such a giant.
Do I get a Canadian on that, or do we?
It's a mulligan, you idiot.
Well.
So
anyway. Go ahead, Neil. I'm sorry. Finish up.
I made this was to illustrate kind of the ridiculousness of some of the variation, because Brendan and I want to, glasses nerd into it and everything, but the thing is, the distinction between some of these techniques is almost nothing. Like an Ashitori leg pick, sure, that's way different than most stuff.
Yeah.
But you'll take these different, like I was saying as the prime example, the two different kinds of slap downs. At the end of the day, there probably should just be three different words, or like a push out, a thrust out, or a slam down.
Highly simplified categories.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, exactly. And so am I even by it. So there should probably be like a special technique thing, and then 4 of the more major things. Everything is basically a push out, a slap down.
Yeah, that's actually like we were talking
thrust.
about the ends of the words. Like anything nage means a throw. Anything that ends oshi means a push. It's pretty.
Yeah. you can get categorical with it rather than these overarching terms that get into the specifics, so you're not overwhelming.
Well, here's to our graphics getting more sexy.
Yeah, here's to onward and upward. Do we have any closing thoughts, gentlemen?
No, I'm good.
I'm excited to see what shapes up here. I think we've got some great fights ahead, and I'm so grateful for anybody that checked in. Please keep coming back. Tell your friends about us.
Yeah.
We love sumo.
Once again, thank you so much for joining us here on Ruckus Fights NYC. If you joined us on Levy Land tonight, please switch over to that Ruckus Fights NYC. Hit that subscribe button. And Levy Land will be repurposed for other rare live productions. I have been Zach Petrovich.
Brendan Eicholzer.
Neil Jenkins, thanks for having me, guys.
And our producer,
Chris Renchick.
Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you for day 7.
Hakio?